I do believe we're live, so I'll say indeed. And greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here again at this opportune time, right place, this right here, right now. It is. At least I'd like to believe so. Today's stream topic is going to be about just that, being in the right place at the right time. I don't exactly think it's something that you can be taught, right? It is one of those luck things. It happened to happen the way it happened. And if it happened in a way that you liked, then that is great. But it doesn't always turn out that way. And I wonder about what helps, right? How can I ensure I get more right moment, right time opportunities? I've been, as I've been saying a lot in this space over the last few days, I've been absolutely obsessed. Completely cracked, if you will, in this pursuit, this participation, this practice of becoming an artist, you know? And I had like a whole moment today, kind of like really thinking about why it is I've been so vocal in this space with you friends about this place. And it has been because it legitimizes me. At least that's the way that I've been feeling about it, right? That more so than anything, I feel legitimized. Because I've been creating on Patreon, right? We started with the RPAN. And during the RPAN days, we would do front page streams. Sometimes. I think we did like a total of 30 or something front page streams, right? Which means that in a single stream, we would touch the lives, right? Reach out to the souls of 6,000 to the highest number I ever got, 660,000 human beings, right? That I get to interact with in a single space. That 660,000 viewer stream, we had something like 2,000 messages. 2,000 messages in chat. And it was like a morning stream. It was the day I turned 24. And I remember just you friends. I remember Loazana coming into space and celebrating me and people seeing I'm being celebrated. And then that created almost like this, how do you say, flywheel of support from all of you friends. And it legitimized me in that moment. It made me feel like, oh, maybe I can. Maybe I can do this. Maybe I can make a life where I am allowed to be creative, where I get to make music and show up for sunrises and share that with you friends. And it was this experience of feeling changed, literally, intrinsically, feeling like I got changed by this experience. Hey, Sai. I don't know if I said your name correctly, but welcome to this space. It's nice having you. We're having a conversation about right time, right place today. Hey, Sam, your Sando folk yourselves. It's nice having you. And again, right, I couldn't have known that it was the right time, being like 6 a.m. in the morning, and it was the right place, sitting on that rock, to meet, to reach 660,000 human beings. And yet that happened. And it happened just before the RPAN space was due to close or due to shut down as well, I remember. So there was like a bittersweetness to it, right? Where it was like, RPAN almost felt like it was right place but wrong time, you know? They didn't have the resources to manage it just yet. I have not talked to Lady Joe about Sangha today, but I imagine it'll be sometime in the afternoon if she's free. I know that she might be doing mural stuff today still. I don't know if she's still doing mural stuff, but I do know she was doing mural stuff yesterday, Sam. She's painting a mural for the baby to be that is coming. How nice is that? Imagine you're a baby, and then you get born, and then you get taken to a building. And then inside that building, there are murals inside your room. That sounds insane. I would be such a stoked baby. I'd be like, this is sick. I got spawned into a good place. Thank goodness. Whew. The sweat droplets get wet. I think she's painting a mural. Oh, I have to pester her about said mural. I want to see. I got to see some. I got to see some little sums. It's true. Think you like it. I didn't see a lot, admittedly, Sam. So don't feel too jealous. I saw like the outlines of what could be, but I didn't know what would be. If you know what I mean. I got to see some. Giggity. Love is true. So yeah, back to it, right? This topic of being in the right place at the right time. So that was clearly a moment for me of feeling, oh, I am. I am in the right place at the right time. And because I am, I have been legitimized. Right? It's like feeling real. It allows you to feel real a little bit. You're suddenly like, oh wow, I am real. And then, of course, the stream ended and I was in like an afterglow experience, like having gone through that whole fractal. I believe we gained something like 173 YouTube subscribers on that day as well, or something. It was something ridiculous. And then I continued, all right? And it was at that time that we created the Patreon as well. It might have been around that time, maybe a little bit like minus 1 year. And it was during that time that we like hit our peak. I think of like, let me see. I have statistics, unfortunately. You can use statistics to boost yourself, but you can also use statistics to beat yourself over the head with. And I'm the kind of beat myself over the head with statistics kind of person. It's like, yes, sure, growth, but you could have had more growth. Could have had growth plus. If only you were growing harder, maybe you would be grown. I'm making sense, okay? I'm making perfect sense. So, earnings, this thing is just taking some time to load. So it will show me. It'll give me a graph. It'll give me the statistics of my earnings on Patreon. Right? So again, wrong, right place, right time, fractal. That's what we're talking about today. And when I started this, it felt like I was in the right place at the right time because of how many of you friends actually like lent me your support. Here's the numbers. Check this out. Uh, can I turn it sideways, maybe? All time. So there we go. Right? Like that's my statistics. So literally, I started using the platform, and then it went like chop. We jumped all the way up to $300 a month. Right? And that's about, not quite, but that's about minimum wage here in South Africa. Right? So suddenly I had like minimum wage salary, if you have to call it that, for doing my job, which is showing up to you friends and making you art, maybe giving you yoga classes every now and then, if you would be so kind to join me. And then it went from that like 300 all the way up to almost like 400. So I started losing my mind because now I'm getting close to being able to like at least afford an apartment. And then it went up all the way to like 500 US dollars. And 500 US dollars is basically enough, right? It'll be about 300 US dollars for the actual apartment. And then I'll be able to like manage with food with the other 200 bucks. I don't know if I'd be able to afford interns and stuff, but I'll basically be able to like pay for my own existence, right? And then literally directly after hitting that milestone, right, of like, oh, legitimized. I get to continue living, doing my job. It all disappeared. Right? Like it literally melted away. You can see. and then it, and like it murders your heart to see yourself going from like being able to earn close to $400 to earning 120. And then Aaron joined, and he became like $100 a month supporter, and then it went back up almost to $300. And then sometimes he like that week or that month he couldn't do it again, and then it dropped back off again. And then the next month he could again. And like those months that it went high, he could actually afford to send me that amount of money. And unfortunately, he can't right now anymore, which means that we're down to like $110 on the Patreon, right? So from a perspective of like a creator, I have been showing up every single day for Patreon as well, right? For 1,302 days. Every single day, I showed up for Patreon and I made Patreon art. And I have, in the last 1,302 days, lost 65% of my revenue, right? My earning potential doing that. So like imagine what it's like for an artist to like grind his soul into something and watch that something become less and less valuable as we're entering, right, the next age of like hyperinflation, currency devaluation. So like I'm aware that not only is my money worth less as the years pass, but I am earning less of it at the same time. So I felt, in so many words, kind of bad. I felt bad. I felt bad that I couldn't garner the support that I believed that I needed, garner the support that I thought I was worth. And then I started using this new platform. And literally, it's been 10 days. In 10 days, I have 43 paid supporters. In 10 days. In 10 days, I have 43 paid supporters. Sure, I haven't cashed out, to say it in that way, in the same way I might cash out with Patreon, because it's fiat currency. You pay X amount of fiat currency, you right get minus 30% that fiat currency in your bank account, or technically in PayPal. Right? So this system is definitely different, and it wouldn't be good for my profile to take my money, which is again different to the way that Patreon works. But the amount of growth potential, the amount of reach, the amount of people that are supporting my work, right? Because that's literally my life. If I don't have support for my work, I can't afford to do it. That's kind of how it is. And I feel like this new breath of air into my soul, into my spirit of like, oh wow, my art is actually valued, right? Because again, I believe that in large part, the reason you friends were supporting me on Patreon is because you wanted to support me, not necessarily my art. So I was like convincing myself of that. Like the reason I got less and less support is because people lost interest in me as a content creator and moved on. And as they moved on, they took their money with them, right? Which I understand. I get that. Uh, Trying to bring it back to today's stream topic of legitimizing, right? I remember feeling slightly legitimized and being able to earn something on Patreon. In fact, I still do. I still do, right? One of the things that I'll do when I have conversations with people, when they ask me, what do I do? And I tell them I'm an artist, they usually hear broken homeless. And then I have to explain to them, no, actually, I am in fact earning money, making art, in fact. And then I can show them the Patreon, for example, and they can be like, oh, wow, okay. And this new platform is basically more of the same to me. It is a legitimizing factor. The wind is relentless today. I'm getting frozen here. Getting legitimized. I should have probably made the stream topic being legitimized, but it is a right time, right place thing. I managed to show up again at the right time in the right place of that platform. Just before it kind of like started reaching fever pitch. It's fever pitching right now. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I just think it means there's a lot more mindshare, social excitement around the platform than there's ever been before. No, 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 no. How was your Sunday? Bless you, Moon Knight. Nice having you here too. There is no Sunday in my life. I am living the same boring life for the past 2 years. Yeah, Moon Knight, I get that. I also don't really have Sundays. The only thing that makes me remember that I have like days in the week is that I have like a scheduled call that I don't miss with Joe every single Monday, right? Sometimes we call spontaneously, but I make sure. On Mondays, we make time to catch up, talk to one another one-on-one. So in that way, I kind of remember that time passes, but if it wasn't for stuff like that, it would just be today to me. It's today every single day. It's going to be today tomorrow as well. Hope your Sunday's doing well. Thank you. Same for you. Do you feel like talking a bit more about that, Moon Knight? How is your life boring? What do you wish you were doing instead? Those are good questions. I am actually freezing here. This wind is not nice. Can you stop? Please. Please give me mercy. Like, you want to see some goosebumps? Please. Please. It's cold. Oh, stop doing that. Like I'm like energetically excited as well. And when that happens, my body starts producing a lot of internal heat. And then I start sweating, even though I'm cold. And then the wind is like, what's that? You want cold? I'll give you cold. And I'm freezing. Every time I have to reach forward, the wind comes up my armpits. I'm going to see if I can get myself unlocked here so I don't have to reach that far for the comments. Please have mercy on me, Mr. Winds. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Leanne James, in what country are you? I'm in South Africa right now. Our winters is now. It's technically peak winter now. I'm not particularly enjoying it. I'm not adequately dressed. My fault. I'll admit. It's definitely my fault. I'm pretty sure that it doesn't do that, but for some reason, I'm now less cold. Maybe I'm not less cold. Maybe I'm just suddenly less sharply so. Right? Like imagine the cold as like a bunch of spikes. And now that I have heated this thing up, those spikes have like melted and they're not as pointy anymore. I'm slightly capping. I'm still cold. My life is not going to be happy for another 2 years. I'm studying right now 24/7. I barely sleep. And if I don't study, I may not get into a good engineering college. And if that happens, my life will be hell. Yeah, Moon Knight, I know you're Indian, bro. And I also know that India is hard. India is like hard mode. You're competing with billions of human beings. India is the largest human population on Earth right now. I don't know if you know that. You might know that, Moon Knight, but I mean the audience. India is the biggest human population. 1.4 billion human beings. That means there's a lot of engineers. I'm proud of you for studying, Moon Knight. It sucks. It sucks. I'm sorry about that. And I feel for you with the whole fractal of like worrying that your life is going to be hell if you don't get into into the engineering college you want to go to. However, I don't believe that's true. I believe life is only hell if you make it so, right? I've seen people happy with nothing. I wouldn't be probably happy if I had nothing, but I think that's more a failing of my own than it is a failing of the capital. To say it in another way, I went down the wrong path according to my family. So much so, Moon Knight, that my engineering uncles literally gesturing at what I'm doing here with my art making and my YouTube live streaming, they told me, stop this shit that you're busy with. Stop die kak waarmee jy besig is. And kak is like an even more derogatory word for poop. All right. It's like, stop this shit you're busy with, though. Get told that, holy shit, the fucking wind. Oh my goodness. Why are you like this? There's like downdraft coming. It's like coming from up there down onto me. I'm gonna have to go inside or something. MeltMore, you smoke? No, I don't smoke. You vape? It's technically not a vape, technically, right? When I hear vape, I think propylene glycol and vegetable glycerin with flavorings and nicotine being aerosolized by a type of element, right? There's a bunch of different ones these days. And then that vapor gets basically breathed in. There's airflow that runs over that coil. I'm not having a good time right now. Like, this is not nice. Whoever thought this is a good idea needs to reevaluate. Grizel, is it good? No. I personally think vaping, propylene glycol and vegetable glycerin mixed with some flavorants and nicotine is not good for you. It might be less bad for you than cigarettes, for example, but I don't think they're good for you. They don't make me feel good. They make me feel nauseous. They make me feel nauseous. And when I say that to people, they're like, it's because you smoke it like it owes you money. You're not supposed to do it that way. And I'm like, but I want to. It tells me to do it that way. Right? So it might again be a me problem. But in that way, I'm lucky. Because I have no, I want to say the word self-control, but that's not true. I have a lot of self-control. I have no resistance. There we go. I have no resistance to vapors. I, in fact, enjoy the act of blowing vapor. I remember as a kid, we went to the Drakensberge. It's like these mountains. These mountains out in South Africa, where it gets kind of cold, one, and it gets, is it low humidity or high humidity when you breathe out and there's a lot of fog? The right one. And then, we went there basically for the first time, and here in South Africa, it's mostly warm. We don't really get that many it's not even close to sub-freezing right now. And I would be completely fine sitting outside if there was just no wind. Like, it's the wind that's getting me. So, in that space at least, there was also no wind. You were like in the mountains, and we were, oh goodness, I'm dropping stuff. Trying to get this story told, but I'm also trying to get us more light. Give me 1 second. Alrighty. Let me sit on the one that has a butt cushion. Mm. Feels. I feel so tiny. Hi. How's your beer? All right. Let me set you up. Lengthen your legs. Better. I'll bring this one out. We gave Moon Knight some pep talk. You got this, bro. Sam said, people moved on. I am not a Patreon supporter because flies come out of my wallet when I open it. So you have to tell me, do you only offer flowers and poems on your Patreon like an OG bard? Yeah, literally. That's it for me, Sam. Patreon, I've like posted a few other things. Like every now and then I posted like some more like personal content. I remember once doing like a performative bit for one of the poems that I had written. But it's mostly flowers and poems. It's $1. $1 a month. You get access to 30. I mean, you get access to the amount of instances of days there is in a month. You get instances, right? 28 to 31 instances of information, right? Those things for $1. $1. Maybe that's like another part of my problem, Sam. Maybe I'm not supposed to charge $1. Maybe people would be more inclined to actually support me if I was like, it's $100. You want to see them every day? $100. Want to cry? Cry. I don't care. But no, the $1 is a hard sell. In fact, other than you friends here on the Patreon side, I have tried in person. I have not been able to make a single sale. I've been able to sell the stickers, which is essentially $1, right? 20 rand. These ones. I've sold many of these. I've sold at least 40 US dollars. No more. At least 100 US dollars of these stickers. Right? At $1 a pop. I've sold at least half of them. And I made 240 at the time. But, and again, it's because it's something easy. It's like, I give you the $1, you give me this little thingy. Where with the internet, at least Web 2 internet, the YouTube, Instagram, Facebook using internet user has a real barrier, real like to spending any money for content. All right, and it's like, I get it. I'm one of those internet users. However, I do like actually supporting people. I have paid a total of my own money to artists at least 1,500 US dollars. I have that big Jupiter painting was $1,000. I'm not very money wise all the time, admittedly, because I came back from China with $4,000, and then I spent like $3,000 on that computer that does a lot of that standing there. It's not being utilized to its capacity. Not even close. I could get away with $500 computer. I would have just as good a time. But no, it was my childhood dream to have good computer. Must have. And then I got good computer, and then I had $1,000 floating in my bank account. And I was like, and then someone posted their art on their WhatsApp profile picture. I don't know if you know what that is, but if you do, you do. Their WhatsApp profile picture, they posted first the photo of the entire piece. And upon seeing it, I commented on their status, "What a beautiful world we live in." All right, just kind of like awing at the magnificence of Jupiter. And then the next post, and I didn't see that one because I replied to the first one that I saw. The next post is him time lapsing, painting this 3.2 by 1.8 meter painting. That is 3.2, 125 inches long and 70 inches, not long, wide, and 70 inches long, right? 70 inches, 125 inches painting. It took him a whole year of his life doing that. He didn't do it all the time, of course, but it was during COVID when we were all locked in our homes. When he had all of that free time, he painted that massive Jupiter painting. And it was all the money I had. But I knew that that's where it had to go. And I know that the more money I have, the more stuff like that I'm going to do. And I don't know if that's wise, but I do know that it's fun. And it puts smiles on faces, and it brings beautiful things into my life. I love my Jupiter painting. It's a constant presence in my life, in my room, just adding to the beauty of my space, right? I get to wake up to something beautiful literally right in front of me. And Jupiter is also the planet of abundance, right? It attracts mass, protecting our planet even from a bunch of asteroids. Technically, those asteroids could be absolutely packed to the brim with gold, right? Just like stacked, so much gold. And then Jupiter is like, nope, come hither. Come hither, I have mass. Right? And then we don't get blasted by as much stuff as a planetary body. So thank you, Jupiter, for being so abundant, attracting so much abundance, protecting us and keeping us safe. Get to see some of the hippie fractals in the background. Love is true. What is fever pitching? It's a platform called Zora. It's a platform that I joined the 17th, so like 10 days ago. And it went from being evaluated at like, let's say, 1x when I just joined, and it's now evaluated at 8.8x, give or take. It went parabolic, literally. And I happened to just be there for the ride, and I've been having my face melted by it. In one country, are you, South Africa? Moonite, we are all here for whatever feeling and struggles you're facing. That's what this group is for, indeed. Love is true. You're right. He has no idea about living in the cold. Jeez. No, I don't. I'm an African man. Literally. I come off from Africa. I've already checked. Jovan's yearly average temperature is 13 degrees Celsius. And I wouldn't be surprised. You're probably gonna laugh at me, but it might be like 13 degrees Celsius up there. No way. You're lying. You're fucking lying to me. That is not true. Okay. There we go. It updated. It is. I don't know if it's much better. It's 18 degrees Celsius. That's not right. Maybe it's the wind that made it feel so much worse. But you're gonna like actually start laughing at me. But I'm not going to hear it, thank goodness, because you're far away. It's 64 Fahrenheit out there. And I have to come inside because it's cold. Yes, laugh, laugh. So technically, the average, the summers included, yearly temperature that I can expect in Indiana is going to be 13.4 degrees Celsius. So yeah, I am going to buy warm clothing. That's going to be necessary. And I'm also going to get myself one of those like inserts that's like powered with battery banks. And then they run coils. I'm going to technomancer myself up. I won't be cold. Are you LGBT? No, can't say that I am. But we accept them too, if that's what you're wondering about, Noodle Boy. Mm-mm-mm. Let me see where I left off. We did see River Coon here too. Bless you, bro. It's nice having you. The year I will give G, I am competing 2.8 million student to competing against 2.8 million students, and acceptance rate of the college everyone is competing for is only 0.3% acceptance rate. That is bonkers, bro. Yeah. Like again, I'm gonna preface this. Keep working hard. That's important. But stop telling yourself that your life is going to be hell if you aren't, because you're setting yourself up to lose in that way, right? Just saying this, like you're betting, like to think of it like a trade, right? Like a statistical uh, math that you can do in your brain as to the value proposition you're offering yourself. Saying to yourself, if I don't get this one in what 300, yeah, ish, 1 in 300. If I'm not the 1 in 300 person, right, my life is going to be hell. Because what you're then saying technically is that 299 out of 300 people are going to live a life of hell, right? And I don't believe that's true. I just those numbers don't sound right to me, and I don't think they should be shaping your beliefs about what your life is going to be. Good question, Nancy. What time? Melt says you may be busy. Arty things. Hey Joe, it's nice having you. Some stuff. I don't think I can today. I'm in a nursery trying to get a mural done before little nephew comes to meet us. Yeah. Man, I like knowing things and getting to be there for you and feeling like we're already a part of each other's lives. I did say the same thing to Sam as well, where I was like, I think Joe might be busy today. And then you said, like, almost verbatim, the same words that I said to her. Sister is 9 months along today. It's literally the last days. Jeeps, congratulations to sister. New life is always so much fun. Yee, thank you. We saw him having the hiccups in her belly. That is bonkers. Like little bean sprouts reaching out for everything they can reach. That's so cute. River Coon. Waza, so cool that you'll be Auntie Jovan. Umelt, we're going to have to get you so many fluffy blankets, thermals, and socks. Oh, yeah. I do like being dressed warm, I think, when it's cold. I do like it. I find comfort in it. So it's not like I don't like being dressed warm. I do want to be fancy with it. We'll see if I can. I'm getting messages from Jace. Hey, Jace. Dude. Suddenly my brain melts. Like a friend literally just sent me a message. Sends me a message of my flower on his like daily camera. I had to show you this. Been on my camera since Earth Dawns. Brother Jace, dude, I've been having a conversation in my live stream about my art and about things legitimizing our art, and it's like there's a few key and pivotal moments in our lives that really like touch our hearts and make us feel, you know what? I actually am an artist. I actually am a photographer, like the way that I see you, bro. This is so meaningful. Thank you. Thank you, man, for sending me this. It means a lot. I'm happy to be there as a little pretty in your world, bro. Sending you blessings. What the fuck? This universe is crazy, yo. This crazy universe. I'm gonna tell him. Just so you know as well, bro. I don't know if you did, but you can actually peel off that clear film, and it's going to leave behind the sticker, but it might expose it to potential scratches as well. I'll send you a photo of something that I'm technically daily using, and I'll try and like capture the amount of wear the stickers get in comparison to the amount of wear the plastic gets. This is some trippy stuff. So here we are, like still doing our live stream. Say hi to the friends, and then we got the chat open, and then this is the thing I'm talking about. So like these stickers have been exposed like that this whole time. Let's see, and I think they're still looking pretty clean, and you can see like the plastic almost has been getting more worn, and I think I've had them on since last year, September. So yeah, this one technically did get some damage. It tore that little piece off, but I just put it back there and it stayed. Love you, bro. Inceptions. It's my pleasure. Blessings right back. What a dude. He's a photographer, man. My brother called me. Hey, Boeta. Ek is nog bietjie besig met my livestream. Ek bel jou terug sodra ek klaar is. Wow's also cool. Auntie B. So much love, fluffy blankets, yeah. Shipyatia, my South African boyfriend is coming to live with me in the Midwest. How can I explain to him the brutality of our winters without scaring him away? I don't think this is explaining to me, Sam. You can't explain. I'm gonna have to come in and experience. I'm an experienced kind of person. I have to come and have it for myself. And as I said, I plan on being well equipped. Sounds strange when I say it like that, but I'm gonna literally buy myself pocket inserts, what have you, right? I'll light myself on fire. I shouldn't say shit like that. But I'll stay warm, don't you worry. Nancy, I do study the entire morning, evening. I was studying. It's just a break time for me. I always take breaks while Melt is live streaming, and I also have a chemistry book that I'm studying beside. I'm happy to bring you some calm in your break. And I also don't stream indefinitely, so maybe it could also be a good cutoff point so you end up going on your way. Go get back to your studies. Am I wrong for being? You'd be convinced so by reality sometimes, especially the old fractal of like being guilted for your existence, being guilted for eating something. It's not nice, but I don't believe that. In fact, I believe the opposite. I believe the universe loves me and like really wants me here desperately, right? Like would do anything, did do everything to get me here. And here I am. And here you are. Remember that. If he's going to wear his hippie pants through the winter, he should get him some full length yoga pants, the ones that come out during the fall and winter that have all the fleecies inside. That sounds sick. Yes, I'd like one of those, please. I actually had a pair of those pants once. I loved them. I had them when I was in China. China also got a little bit colder than I'm used to. No poopy. Only if you're being wrong and you're not. I am wrong being for time and place. I am a friend. I say hi. Nope. This is the time and this is the place for you to be. And here you are. Right time and place. Look at you. Success for race. Well, now we're in a paradox because I think you're wrong and being wrong. Love is true. Prairie Wolf is here too. Sending you love, friend. I'm not as word equipped. It's okay. We love you anyway. It has been nice showing up for you, friends. I do feel like it is time for us to wrap it up. show you something pretty. Mojo, I've been thinking about you, bro. Thinking about you. I think the next post I'm posting is going to be your flower. It's going to be this one. That's the next one. I don't know if you're on the platform yet. You got on Zora yet? Join me. Become one of us. Come, Mojo. Come hither. I want to send you some. I want to send you some mellow. Is the sticker going to get scuffed if I take the clear sticker off? I think I'll leave it on for now because my adventurous lifestyle will probably deteriorate it faster than you can say what's up. Bro, I can feel your love for wanting it to stay pretty for as long as possible. If it like gets so wrecked that you can't handle it anymore, like just imagine the satisfaction of like pulling it off and it being like, oh, pristine under there. So bless you, bro. You know what you're doing. Love is true. What a fractal. Legitimate. Like, and again, I sent this friend a message this morning. Like, that's why he happened to just reply just now. But I sent him a message this morning. Yeah, he posted this. He posted this, and it goes, last week, you averaged 20 minutes of screen time per day. Right? So now I read that. And if you have to calculate my screen time, it would be close to like pushing. I would not be surprised if it's like 14 hours because this also counts for screen time technically, but like close to 14 hours of screen time per day. I live on the internet, literally. I like this is my snorkel for like breathing and stuff. I live on the internet. And like seeing his post like that of like I've spent 20 minutes a day average on your phone. I was like, bro, I recently started using, I tell him about Zora. Like that's what my little Zora profile looks like. I tell him about it, and of course it has all of my stickers there. And one of the stickers that I have on the profile is the one that he has on his camera. So, yeah. Of course, he replies just now as we kind of like dove into that as a stream topic. Legitimizing factors, being in the right time at the right place. Phew, I love this universe. It's so trippy stuff. Oh, how does it do that? How does it make me feel so many things all the time, relentlessly? It's like, oh yes, you think you got it figured out? You think you know what life is gonna be like? Do you? No, no. Change. There will be change. Change is the only constant. Oh, this thing doesn't refresh. Let me try. Okay. Trying to get funds in there. They don't make it easy. Yeah, it's a little bit contrived still. You need to be on base. So, like, get Coinbase as the app. That's like a good place to start. Get Coinbase, or it's just called Base these days. Get on Base. If it's easier doing it that way, put like $2. Literally, just $2. You don't have to do more than that. $2 in Ethereum on Base, and then you should be able to connect that wallet to your Zora. It's simple, so easy. Make sure that it is in fact on the Base chain and not on the Ethereum mainnet, because otherwise it won't work. That's why it's still like a little bit not there yet. It's gonna get as easy as literally email addresses, at least in the same way as like Google or YouTube, or right, like log in with email address and then you can do all of your things. I wouldn't be surprised if Google by the end of this year will have like some sort of stablecoin of their own as well. Maybe it will be a little bit too soon. The year is almost no more than halved. Holy shit. Sorry for my profanity. Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised. All of the major companies are probably going to start stablecoining real soon because they're going to save big monies. Maybe they'll even start using Base for a stablecoin processor. I don't even know. Probably not. They'll probably want all of the money they can keep. Right, Mojo? I was a sour struggle muffin trying to figure it out at first. Are you linking with the Base app? Makes it way easier. Yeah. Right, trying with MetaMask or something like that is a nightmare. Base, it's built on Base, so kind of makes sense that it would be easier. It is like the handshake is a little bit more nice. But as soon as you manage it, right, hook me up. Like, I don't know if it's gonna be you sending me like $1 or something into my profile, or maybe like, I don't know if you can send a message. Maybe send me your profile name. That I can do as well. And then as soon as I mint your flower, I'll be able to send you some tokens. I'll send you 10% of the value you paid me for your flower back. And then that flower will appreciate in value. And if you ever wanted to, you could sell it if you wish. All right. Maybe even, imagine this, Mojo, you sell the 10% of the flower you already have 5 years from now, and you buy yourself a full one. Boom, 2 flowers suddenly, right? Made 10%. The little flower seed grew up to become a whole new one. I would like to make like another piece for you, maybe even like a custom one. Come to your house someday, Mojo. Scope out the walls, be like, which wall looks lonely and empty? And then point at it, and then suddenly, bah, flower just pops up. I don't know if I'll be that powerful. I do want a printer that can vacuum itself against walls. Imagine that. You like take a photo, maybe even have a pair of VR goggles on, map a grid onto a wall, put an image onto that wall that you've mapped, and then take a little thingy that goes wah! Spins a little fan really fast. Might still need to be connected to power. Maybe it can be connected to some sort of thin line attached to the wall, and then it goes and prints whatever you programmed it to onto the wall, whatever surface it is. I think it's still a little bit of a while away, probably, but it would be super cool. And I 100% will buy one. Hopefully, I can afford it when it becomes available. By your friends' support, I'll be able to afford one, and then I'll be able to monetize that thing. I can be like, hey, Mr. Business, sir, that wall of yours looks pretty lonely. I got this machine. I'll come in for like one day after you lock up, and I'll put something on that wall. The next day you show up, there's going to be something nice to look at instead of just blank wall. How does that sound, Mr. Business? And then Mr. Business is like, fine, Mr. Melt, have some money. Go buy yourself some nice thing or something. And I'm like, thanks, Mr. Business. I'll do it. I'm sorry. right time, right place, right? It's like the more tools, the more skills we gain, the more places and the more times things will be right. I believe this. I'll keep showing up for it. I think I'm close, Joe. Nice. You're gonna win. I'm on Zora. Sick. Wait a second. If you're I don't know. Zora's on that device. I should get it on this one too. I shouldn't actually. I'll probably I'm not even joking about this, but I'll probably have multiple instances of Zora open at the same time if I could. I have with my computer technically, but I'm just imagining having 3 different. get the other 6 instances. Keep track of everything at the same time. Before I know it, I become Dr. Octopus. I can't wait to invest in Mojo Coin. Mojo Coin sounds like it could go viral. Love it's true. Yeah, I've and Joe is also on the platform now. I've already invested in hers. Because again, it's like a way for us as a community to support our community directly, right? And as long as you almost like keep that extended hand out, that support remains. Like, and we get kind of like start creating like this safety net as we extend our hands out into the space, and we can hold each other up. We can make sure we don't fall through the cracks. I really do appreciate it. So, am I understanding this right? Do I just get onto the Zora, upload my art, and sell intangible copies of it? Technically, what you're selling is a tokenized asset. So, the way the platform works is the platform itself, Zora, has a token, right? Called Zora. Then, you as a creator join that platform. So, you become a part of that circle. And then on that circle, you are basically now also being minted a coin because you're now, in my case, MeltMore. So I create my profile, MeltMore, and then a token gets minted with my name on it, a billion of them. 50% of those tokens are instantly locked to me. I can't sell them even if I wanted to. And then over 5 years, they'll get released. So that way, it's kind of like a built-in mechanism where artists have a hard time or will have a hard time rugging their own audience. Great, right? Helps with that kind of like level of locked liquidity as well. Then you have your own token, right? And that token represents the value of your overall portfolio. So your portfolio is then going to be, as you said, Sam, every time you post something. I, I take a photo of one of my flow paintings, right? I crop it up nice. I add a little title. I tell them what colors I used. I tell them how much of it I used. I tell them when I did it, right? Like add some context, add some conceptual value, right? And I think weirdly enough, like real world art is actually doing kind of well, relatively speaking, because there's a lot of AI art as well, and some of it is better taste than others. Some of it's really bad. Some of it is intentionally bad, I've noticed as well, which is interesting. I mean, I think people understand that it's bad, so they're like, it's supposed to be. However, I like to believe that my art is good, and I think yours is too. Joe's as well, Sam, you as well. So being able to like add good art to that platform means that you get to be valued as a good artist. And again, when you post one of your paintings, that also becomes tokenized, right? So now we're 3 levels of tokenization deep. And I know that sounds complicated because it is. But as soon as you have like become familiar with it, it's more fun than it is scary, right? Because now every single time I create a new post, for instance, one of my flowers, that gets a billion tokens, or is it 100 million tokens? Gets a certain amount of tokens, and automatically me as the artist gets 10 million of those tokens because I'm the one who added that value. I'm the one who published that work. So I automatically get 1% of that post as a shareholder. And then if other people decide, you know, I do like Sam's flow art, and they decide I'm willing to buy $5 worth of Sam's flow art tokens, right? And they're the first person to buy it, it's going to be cheap. If they're the second person, if they're the fourth person, the more people deep they go, the less of your post's tokens that exact same $4, for example, is going to buy. They're still going to have part ownership of that flower, or in my case, that flower or that flow art, but they're not going to be expected, right, to like, for instance, spend the whole, maybe you value it at $1,000 a painting. They don't have to spend the whole $1,000. It gets tokenized, and then each of those tokens relatively to $1,000 is worth like a few cents, right? And I can afford a few cents to have like a little piece of this art that I like. And then that's how the value is created for the creator, right? Me as a creator on this platform, I am kind of like showing up from a community first basis where it is to me about the community that I'm trying to create there. And I'm not going to rug my community. I'm not going to, as soon as I see people buy into my post, instantly sell my 10 million tokens as quickly as I can to like just extract those $20 cents from you, right? It's like, yeah, I got $20. Like, I'm not about that. And because I haven't been about that, people have been buying into my work. And now my work is so valuable at this point already on that platform, where if I wanted to like sell out completely, I'd be able to walk away with like between 500 and 1,000 US dollars right now. I could just 1,000 US dollars. But I don't want to do that because that's not what's valuable to me. To me, what's valuable is the fact that I'm now creating this safety net for my community. Every single person that's like, I like Melt's art. I'm going to buy Melt. I'm going to buy Melt's art. All right? Because of that trust, that love, that authenticity that you shared into my life, I want you to benefit from it, literally, financially. I want you to have like a safety net. I want to have like that little, almost like rainy day fund. Imagine you invest, right, like $100 into my work, and it is going to be my life's work, right? Like, you know how I am. I don't stop. I just keep working indefinitely. So you're going to invest $100 today in my life's work. Then I work my life, right? And then 50 years pass. Now that $100 that you believed in me with 50 years ago is worth 500,000 US dollars, right? And maybe again, right, something happens. You need that money. You can. You don't have to sell all of it. You can sell half of it. Take $250,000. You're still supporting me technically, right? But now you're supporting yourself as well. And I am allowing that. I want to create that opportunity. I want with my work to uplift those around me, those who are willing to believe in my fractal. Okay, that's thanks for coming to my TED talk. A part of me feels like I should even like cut up this stream and like do something with it. Can't wait to invest. Love is true. So does that make more sense, Sam? Again, Cliff Notes. Zora is a token. When you start using the software, you're basically using Ethereum that has like integers, and Bitcoin is called Satoshis. I think they call them sparks. They call them sparks on Zora at least, right? And then those sparks you can buy posts with, or you can buy Zora with, or you can buy creator coins with, right? And then again, that is basically you taking from the Ethereum network and putting it into the Zora network. So the Zora token raises in value. And then if you're using those value units of still Sparks, that's Ethereum, and you're putting it into someone's account and that account grows in value, then there is, or their creator token grows in value, then your portfolio value grows. And if you're investing money into their art and their art grows in value, then your portfolio value grows as well, right? So it's very involved, admittedly, but so is anything worth pursuing, right? And it is technically still early days. And even if it doesn't change your life, even if it doesn't change all of our lives, I still think it's a valuable thought experiment. And that's why I said, like, put $2 in. Don't bet the farm, all right? Do $2. See how you like it. See what you find there. And again, start with $2 and just do post work. Just post stuff, all right? You don't have to technically spend any money on the platform. All of it is still accessible to your eyes. You can still see everything for free. If you want to have ownership in that content, that's when you pay, all right? And some people identify with certain art more than others. I know that I'm that way. If a certain piece of art would reflect badly on my spirit, on my person, I don't buy it. All right? And I don't know, I believe at least, that my art could reflect badly on the person that purchased it. All right? I don't think there's anybody that's going to purchase a piece of melt art and people are like, you are disgusting. How dare you? All right. Love is true. Melt, you are to be validated, but living on the internet isn't it a cursed existence? Some might argue living at all is cursed existence. All right, I'm not one of those people, Mojo. I used to be, but then I changed, and that change echoes into everything that I do these days. All right, I love living. No matter where it is, I am. Literally. I can be anywhere and I'm going to love it. Or I'm going to try, at the very least. I'm going to try to find something lovable in it. Holy, you should post your work on it, right? Right? That's exactly what I'm saying. That's the way that it is actually going to be able to generate real meaningful revenue into your life with more immediacy. I think it's the immediacy that's a big thing as well. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I'm a person who can admit absolute ignorance to blockchain piracy. No, I don't know if there's any piracy. Like again, sure, someone could like, and they even like build it into the app. Someone can download your art. They can like push a button and they can download that file. I've already tested it. Fortunately, it butchers the quality of my art, so it's valueless to me. Right? Like you can steal, piratize my art and try and like re-upload it to your profile, but it's gonna look like hot ass. So like if I'm competing with you and you're re-uploading hot ass and I'm uploading HD, then it's like no contest. All right. I'm fine with that. Like so fine. You suit yourself. Oh, so am I saying this right? Do I just get onto Zora, upload my art? Yeah. I think I've heard that one. Something familiar is being done with content creators on YouTube. Similar. Really? YouTube hasn't let me know anything. Assholes. But it's cool that they are actually allowing it. Nice. Again, it's gonna be the next wave, Nancy. That is gonna be the next wave of like true, like it's gonna be Web3. Like again, Web 1 is essentially I broadcast a signal like a radio station that is internet. And then you with your computer tune into that radio station of internet. And then you open a page, like a magazine, but on your computer. And then you scroll through that magazine on your computer. That was Web 1. Then Web 2 was when we had platforms like MySpace initially, and then Facebook, and then Instagram and YouTube. We had these platforms that allowed us as people to share content with one another. So it was no longer just the static internet of Web 1, it was this evolving internet of Web 2 where people could actually create onto it. And now Web 3 is the third layer of that, where instead of us basically creating onto these platforms that are extracting value from us, we are the platforms, right? I am on Zora as YouTube is on the internet, all right? And I can be valued in that way depending on how much value I create. And that is gonna happen for everything. Everything will get tokenized. Literally, everything will get tokenized. And it is going to make things a little bit simpler for the most part. It's going to make things a little bit more smooth. Money is going to become very fluid, right? And that's what money wants to do. Money wants to flow. If money just lays somewhere, it doesn't like it. It's worthless. It's worthless just being in a bank account somewhere, right? Money flowing, doing stuff, right? Going different places. That's good for it. That's good for the economy. That's good for people. And these new systems basically allows that state of flow to happen instantaneously, almost, and all the time, right? Zero downtime kind of vibes. Weekends included. No. Something similar. Size, cracks knuckles. Looks like I'm gonna have to learn a new thing. Good. Learn a new thing. It's gonna be good for you. All right. And I imagine you being that mom that's smart enough so that when your kid like is smart enough to ask questions, you're gonna be that mom that can like literally teach him stuff about concepts that's going to like benefit his life. Imagine like knowing and understanding the complexities of just tokenization alone as a 5-year-old. Like it would literally change everything. Like the way that you process information and the way that you quantify things in the world will radically change. And maybe that could be a bad thing, admittedly. I'm not an expert, but it could also help. make things a little bit more accessible. That's the big thing. It's an accessibility thing, right? My art is accessible to anyone. You can, for as little as, I think like the minimum buy order is 16 cents or 19 cents. For 19 cents, you can own some of my art now. You never could do that before. Never, right? The minimum was the literal minimum I can ask on Patreon is $1. So the minimum you could have paid me is $1. You do technically get like a whole month's worth of content then, but yeah, right. It's, and again, you don't technically own any of my content to with a Patreon. You're almost just getting like you're getting access to the garden. You get to walk through the garden, but you don't get to keep any of the flowers, right? And now you do. You do get to keep some of my flowers. You get to literally have my flowers in your wallet. And then if I pissed you off, you could be like, Mel, I'll sell your flowers. You can do that. You can actually do that. No, 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 no. For bad art, I'd like to recommend MOBA, the Museum of Bad Art. It's worth a visit. That does sound actually pretty cool. I would do something like that, Prairie Wolf. It's like a novelty. My art isn't good enough for MOBA. Good point, Anshi. Mojo, it just needs to be bad enough. I am now inspired. Bye, friends. Melt live streams are still up from last year. I can cut to last year. Are still up from last year. Like I'm doing better. I am definitely garnering more viewership on YouTube these days as well. I feel like the vertical streaming has been again a little bit of a game changer for legitimacy, legitimacy, right? I was very stagnant on subscribers for a long time, and since we started doing this, we're up. I think like 250 new friends. You might be one of them. Hey, thank you for being here. MOBA sounds awesome. I know. I'll be checking MOBA. Love is true. There we go. What a chat we've had. I feel good getting to share this excitement with you friends, talking about right time, right placing it. There be a flower. I think I just realized something. Did they remove my settings? Pisses me off that they don't have like multiple different tags inside the settings of what people might search when they're searching something. Because I searched HD and I searched resolution, which are like the first two, like close to enough. I'm trying to like figure out where this device's settings are on like its resolution settings, because I don't know if it is in fact at its highest possible quality right now. I think in fact it might not be. But it feels like they might have removed my settings to do so. I don't know if they did, but I would lose my mind if they did. I did recently update this thing. Like I can feel the part of myself that loses his mind about bad design, losing his mind. And I'm like, just like chillax. Because I'm literally on the display settings. And then there is dark or light, brightness, motion smoothness, eye comfort, screen as vivid, which is just the color temperature setting basically, font size, screen zoom, aspect ratio, that's also not it. Camera cutout, screen timeout, edge panels, taskbar. None of that has anything to do with my display really. Camera cutout? Nah. Where's my... I'm sorry that I'm getting stuck in this loop right now. I just had like this whole moment. Yesterday we talked a little bit about the quality of pixels, the pixel density that is caught within, the flowers. And it just dawned on me that I might have been showing people my flowers this whole time with this device at a non-optimal resolution. Bruh. Maybe they kept it at max HD. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. I'm gonna obsess about it a little bit later. I need to stop. I'll show you flower one more time. Let's forget that just happened. Thank you. Thank you. See those little hearts being like, yeah, Mel. Yeah, you'll see me skizz. I'll skizz a bunch of times. Checking about Pretty Wolf. Hey, Layla. No, Emily. Right. Hey, Emily. Bless your friend. All right. Now I'll read you something. Attitude. Here we go. It's called Make Room. Make room. We live tightly packed in our heads, shelves crowded with doubt, drawers stuffed full of yesterday's tired scripts. No wonder hope can't breathe. No wonder joy stays quiet, pressed against walls we built from rushing, from doing, from never pausing long enough to question if we even like this furniture. So, let's rearrange. Pull every worry into the open. See how small it looks in daylight. Clear a corner of dreaming. Leave space on the shelves for surprise visits from wonder. Let there be room for feeling deeply, for stumbling gracefully, for laughter to echo without fear of bumping into what doesn't serve us. Make the space you deserve inside yourself wide enough to hold the possibility that tomorrow can be kinder, that love can walk through your door without knocking, that hope can settle comfortably, kick off its shoes, and stay. I'm getting like thick goosebumpers. And like I'm getting teary-eyed a little bit too. Thank you, Hope. Come in. Settle comfortably and kick off your shoes, bro. You're here to stay. Hope is here to stay, yo. The end is cancelled. The apocalypse is cancelled. Sorry. No more end of the world. No. Nope. We still got more world left to do. I appreciate you. Thank you, friends, for being here with me again today. It's a dear pleasure sharing the space, sharing these conversations. I appreciate you, and I'll see you again soon, tomorrow. I appreciate you, friends. Thank you for joining me. Part of me is giving it some time, imagining that there might be a goodbye message, but I also think that Jo might be busy right now to doing like mural things. Maybe she's listening to me on the sidelines or something. Love yous, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye, friends. Thank you again. Cheers.